My name is Emily Miller. I am 30 years old, and I grew up in Lexington, Kentucky. Lexington is a friendly city with green parks and horse farms. It has big trees, quiet streets, and lots of good coffee shops where people love to meet and talk. For the last 4 years, I lived alone in a small apartment downtown. My apartment was tiny, just one bedroom, a living area, and a kitchen that always smelled like tea or coffee. I spent many evenings by the big window, looking down at the city, lights and the people walking below. Sometimes I guessed their stories as they passed. I worked as a librarian at Lexington's old public library. Books were my best friends. With a good book, I could travel the world without leaving home. But even though I loved books, I still felt lonely. Most days, I enjoyed my time alone. But some days, the silence of my home felt very heavy. My friends from college were now busy with their own lives. Many were married, some had children, and most lived in other cities. We tried to meet for coffee every month, but it wasn't like before. The evenings were always the hardest. I came home, cooked for just myself, sat at the window, and watched Netflix as the city got quiet. Sometimes I felt like I was waiting for something that never came. If you've ever felt lonely, I understand. It's hard, and some days it feels like you're the only one. But you are not alone. If you are, leave me a comment below. Let's support each other. One cold Thursday in March, my best friend Amy called me. She had moved to Nashville and had a baby boy last year. Amy and I had been friends since middle school, and she knew me better than most people. Amy said, "Emily, how are you? You sound a little down." I told her, "Oh, I'm fine, just tired." But Amy could hear the truth. She asked quietly, "Are you lonely again?" I didn't answer at first, but then I said, "Yes. I feel like I'm always waiting for something to change." Amy listened. She always listened. Then she said, "Have you ever thought about online dating? I know a lot of people who met their partners online. You might find someone with similar interests." When Amy said this, I felt a mix of fear and curiosity. Online dating sounded scary. Meeting strangers through a screen? What if I met someone bad? What if no one liked me? What if I didn't know what to say? I told Amy, "I don't know. Online dating sounds strange." But Amy said, "Just try, Emily. Just try for a week. Be safe. You might meet someone interesting. Or maybe you'll just have a story to tell." That night, I lay in bed and thought about what Amy said. Has a friend encouraged you to try something new? Tell me in the comments. Let's share stories. I decided to look at an online dating website. My hands felt cold and shaky. It took a while to make my profile. I kept it honest and simple. "Hi, I'm Emily. I work at a library, love peppermint. Tea and rainy days, enjoy long walks, and hope to visit all 50 states someday." I uploaded a picture of myself, smiling in front of the library. It felt strange to put myself out there. What if no one sent a message? Or worse, what if someone said something mean? After I made my profile, I closed my laptop quickly. I felt embarrassed and almost deleted everything that night. But I didn't. For 2 days, I didn't check my inbox on the dating website. It was easier just to forget and bury myself in books. But by the weekend, another lonely evening pushed me to check again. My heart started racing. There were 9 messages. Most were simple. "Hey, you look nice," or "Hi, Emily, want to chat?" None seemed special, and a few were a little strange. But then I saw a message that was different. The message said, "Hi, Emily. I love the sound of working in a library. What's one book you couldn't live without? Ryan." He added a smiley face at the end. I thought this was kind and thoughtful. I checked his profile. His name was Ryan Turner. He had soft brown hair and a big, friendly smile in his photo. He lived in Frankfurt, just an hour from Lexington. Ryan worked in IT and loved hiking, mystery movies, and cooking new dishes. He also liked dogs and baking his own bread. I answered him, "Hi, Ryan. I would keep To Kill a Mockingbird forever. What about you?" To my surprise, Ryan wrote back quickly. His answer was, "Old Man and the Sea, because it taught me never to give up. Do you have a favorite author?" That night, I realized I looked forward to his replies. We messaged back and forth about books, food, our hometowns, and our plans for the weekend. Sometimes we talked about dreams. Ryan wanted to open a bookstore cafe one day. I said I dreamed about driving across America in a camper van. Soon, messaging Ryan became the best part of my day. Don't forget, you can pause and write down any new words you learn in my story. Every morning, I'd wake up to a good morning text from him. Every night, we'd say goodnight. Eventually, we started talking on the phone. His voice was calm and warm. He was easy to talk to, and he always listened. When I told him about the funny things kids did at the library, he laughed. He even told me some silly stories from his office job, which sounded complicated. But I liked listening. Ryan started to feel like a real friend, not just a stranger from the internet, maybe even something more than a friend. After about 2 weeks, Ryan asked, "Would you like to meet for coffee? I really want to see you in person." My heart pounded. Meeting him in real life was exciting, but also scary. This was a real person, not just words on a screen. I worried. What if he didn't like me? What if I said something awkward? But I remembered Amy's advice. "What do you have to lose?" I said yes. We planned to meet at a small cafe near my apartment. It was a sunny Saturday, and the city felt alive. I changed my clothes 3 times, fixed my hair twice, and even practiced my smile in the mirror. Has anyone else done that before a big date? Raise your hand. When I arrived, I saw Ryan sitting by the window. He looked just like his photo, but even friendlier. He stood up when he saw me, smiled, and said, "Emily, it's great to meet you." I smiled back and said, "Hi, Ryan. It's really nice to meet you too." The conversation was easy, like we were picking up from where we left off online. We talked for more than 2 hours. I learned that he had never been to the Grand Canyon, and that he dreamed of going to California one day. We laughed a lot. At the end of coffee, Ryan offered to walk me home. He held my hand gently and said, "I really hope we can do this again." That night, I felt something I hadn't felt in years. Hope. After our first meeting, we started seeing each other every weekend. Sometimes Ryan came to Lexington. Other weekends, I took the bus or drove to his town. We went for walks in the botanical garden, saw a movie at the old theater, and tried new restaurants together. Sometimes we just cooked dinner together at his apartment, which was warm and tidy, with photos of his friends and family everywhere. Ryan always made me feel special. He brought me sunflowers once. He left me little notes in my backpack like, "Good luck on your meeting." He always made sure I got home safely. He made me laugh often, and he always wanted to listen to my day. If you enjoy hearing how things are going so far, please give this video a like. Your support means a lot. After just 1 month of meeting online, Ryan and I were eating his homemade lasagna by candlelight. Soft music played in the background. Suddenly, Ryan took my hand and looked at me with real seriousness. He said, "Emily, I know we haven't known each other for long, but I've never felt this way before. I love you. I don't want to wait. Will you marry me?" I was shocked. I didn't expect this. I sat there, not knowing what to say. My mind said, "This is too fast," but my heart remembered all those lonely nights and how happy I felt now. Ryan's eyes were honest and kind. He said, "I can't imagine life without you. Please say yes." I closed my eyes, All my doubts and fears came at once. I could say no, wait, or run away. But finally I said, yes. Yes, Ryan, I will marry you. He put a simple gold ring on my finger. I felt tears, but I wasn't sure if it was happiness, fear, or both. We got married just 2 weeks later. The wedding was very small, just us, Amy, and 2 of Ryan's closest friends at the city courthouse in Frankfurt. Amy hugged me extra tight and whispered, "Emily, are you sure?" I smiled and nodded, even though a small part of me wondered, am I making a big mistake? We took photos outside the courthouse. The sky was blue, and for a moment, everything felt perfect. After the wedding, I moved into Ryan's apartment in Frankfurt. It was the start of my new life, a big change. I left my cozy apartment and my job at the library to find a new job in a new city. At first, everything was sweet. Ryan was the most loving husband. He made me breakfast in bed, brought me flowers for no reason, and planned fun weekend trips to explore small towns and hiking trails. I started dreaming about the future. Maybe we'd buy a house, maybe have children someday. But soon, little things began to change. Ryan liked everything very clean, almost too clean. If I left a book on the coffee table, Ryan would put it away, right away. If I forgot to wash a dish, he'd sigh and say, "Emily, please keep our home neat." I tried to be tidy, but sometimes I forgot. His disappointment made me feel small and careless. He also didn't like me calling Amy often. When I talked to her, he asked, "Why do you talk to Amy so much? Shouldn't we be enough for each other now?" This confused me. Amy was my best friend. Why couldn't I talk to my friends? Other things changed too. Ryan used to be home every evening before dinner. After we got married, he started working later. Sometimes he came home after I was asleep. I worried, but he said, "Work is busy, Emily. I have to finish a big project." But some nights he smelled like women's perfume. My heart hurt. I asked him about it once, but he got upset and shouted, "Don't you trust me? Are you saying I'm cheating?" His anger scared me, so I stopped asking questions. Have you ever felt scared in a relationship when you couldn't be yourself? Let me know in the comments. You're not alone. The man I married was not exactly the same as the person I met online. Online, he was patient and always listened. In our new life, he often seemed stressed or angry, and I began to wonder if I changed, or if I only knew a part of him before. I felt lonely again, even though I was married. I missed my peaceful apartment, my books, my job, and the freedom to call Amy anytime. I felt trapped and started doubting our marriage. One evening, while cleaning, I found a box hidden in Ryan's closet behind some old clothes. I opened it and saw a stack of letters, old love letters from someone named Jillian. They were strong, romantic, and talked about a happy future together. My hands shook. Ryan never told me about Jillian. That night, Ryan came home late. I showed him the letters. He got angry and yelled, "Why are you looking through my private things? This is my past. You have no right." He didn't answer my questions about Jillian. He just kept shouting about privacy and trust. We fought, for the first time. A big fight. He slept on the couch, and I lay awake with my mind racing. I wondered if I really knew him at all. After that, we barely spoke for days. Ryan left for work early, came home late, and the apartment felt empty. I missed the fun and the laughter we shared when we first met. I even missed Amy more. Finally, I called Amy while Ryan was at work. I whispered, "I think I made a mistake, Amy. A huge mistake." I told her everything, about the neatness, Amy, about Ryan's anger, and the letters. Amy said softly, "Emily, love can move fast, but understanding takes time. Sometimes, we fall too quickly. Maybe Ryan is scared too. Maybe you both need to talk calmly, not argue, to understand each other." Amy's words made sense. Maybe Ryan was scared, but hiding it. I decided to try and talk to him. I made his favorite dinner and lit candles, just like on the night he proposed. After dinner, I asked, "Ryan, can we talk? Please don't get angry. I just want to understand." He looked surprised but nodded. I said, "When I found the letters from Jillian, I felt hurt. Not just because of her, but because you hid a big part of your life from me. If I don't know your past, how can I know you?" Ryan was quiet for a long time. Then he admitted, "Jillian and I were engaged, but she left me. I was scared to tell you about her. I thought you'd compare yourself, or think I wasn't over her. When you found the letters, I felt embarrassed and afraid. As I listened, I realized Ryan was just as scared as me. He was scared of losing me. I was scared of trusting too fast. That night, we talked for hours. We shared our fears and doubts. It wasn't easy. There were tears and long silences. But for the first time, in months, I felt like we were a team again. After our talk, things didn't change immediately. Marriage is not perfect, and life isn't a romantic movie. But we tried. Ryan let me talk to Amy more often. I tried to be more patient and tidy. We started doing little things together again, like taking walks and cooking special meals on Sunday afternoons. Ryan still worked late sometimes, but he tried to call more. I looked for small joys every day and tried to appreciate the good moments. We learned that marriage takes work. Love is only the beginning. You need honesty, patience, and forgiveness. Loving someone you meet online can be amazing, but it also has challenges. You don't have time to see every side of a person. You might skip the slow steps of love. Sometimes you find surprises. Sometimes it's hard work. But if you are honest and patient, you can learn and grow together. 1 year has passed since we got married. Our life isn't perfect. Some days are hard. I still have doubts, and sometimes I remember what it feels like to be lonely, even when I'm with someone. But other days are good. We laugh together, enjoy simple things, and support each other. We're learning, slowly, to be a team. If you are thinking about meeting someone online or are in a fast relationship, here's my advice. Take your time. Don't let loneliness make you rush. Get to know the person, their dreams, their worries, their past. Don't be afraid to ask questions. And listen to yourself, not just your heart, but your mind too. Love takes time to grow roots. It needs patience and trust. Thank you for listening to my story. It's not perfect, but it's real. I hope it helps someone who feels alone, or who is looking for love. Remember, you deserve happiness. So take your time and be kind to yourself. If my story helped you, please hit like, comment below with your thoughts, and subscribe for more real-life English stories.